Hey guys, Umibypels here, and welcome to my YouTube channel and my very first YouTube video. Make sure to like and subscribe. In this video, I'll be teaching you how to draft a basic bodice block like a pro. So without wasting much time, let's get right into the video. So here are the necessary materials that you'll be needing to draft your basic bodice block. Your tape, your pattern papers, your curves, all of these materials you'll be needing to draft a basic bodice block. Your sharpener, your ruler, your eraser and pencil. I got this one for my baby's party pack. So yeah, just put everything in place. Also, the required measurements you'll be needing, you can go back to the beginning of the video, you find that there. So first of all, what you need to do is to construct your border lines. I'm just doing that. You're going to do one at the top and then one, straight down, just like I've done it in this video. So in drafting your basic bodice block, you need to get the biggest part of your measurement. So that'll be either your hip, your waist, or your bust. So you're going to pick the one that is the biggest and then divide by 2 and then mark it straight down, just like I'm doing. So I'm just going to rule that straight down. After I have done that, I would further divide that box again by 2, and I'll also mark that. So this will look like a box that I'm dividing into 2. So I would have 2 boxes. So I'm just going to rule that straight down, just like so. So I'm going to be taking the measurements, the length, the full length that I need for my bodice block. So I'll be adding the half length, which is 18, plus the waist to hip measurements, which is 11. And then whatever I get, I'm going to mark that straight down. So to get the chest line, I'll be calculating the bust divided by 6 plus 2, which I just did. So that will give me 9. I'll just mark that straight down. Yeah, so I'm just taking down the 9 inches for the chest line. I'll also be drafting the front and the back. When we're doing this buster technique, I usually just like to draft the front and the back together. So the next measurement I'm just going to be taking is the bust point measurement. And it's very important to know how to take your measurements properly. So I have taken all the measurement, the chest line, the bust point line, the underbust, the waistline, and then the waist to hip. So you need to know how to take these measurements, like I said. Now, the next thing to do is to divide your shoulder by 2, which is 7.5 that I have gotten here. I'm just going to be marking down straight down from the center front. I'll mark it in. And I'll also be marking it on the shoulder line and on the chest line. So the shoulder line will be the very first line, which we drew as the border line. So I'll be marking down my 7.5 inch on the shoulder line, and then I'll bring it down to my chest line and sort of like create like a box with it. And I would also repeat the same thing for the back. So next thing you want to do is to construct your neck width and your neck depth. So I'm using 3 by 3 inches here. Well, that's just a standard for me. I always just use it and it works. So unless I'm doing, like a style alteration or a neck alteration where I need to change it. But with this, you have the basic and you can do whatever it is you want with this. So I have done 3 inches in and 3 inches out. And for the back, I will do 3 inches in and then 1.5 inch down, just like as I'm showing you here. So 3 inches and then 1.5 down to construct it. That's the center back. Now on the neck, from the shoulder line to the chest line, I'm going to be marking 1.5 inch down to construct the shoulder slope. And then for the back, I'll be marking in 1 inch. I'll be marking down 1 inch. So I'll come up by 3 inches from the neckline. And then for the back, I would come down from that 1 inch to the chest line. I would divide by 2. I'll get the midpoint. I'll mark that down and I'll just transfer that figure to the center back. And you understand why very soon. So on that 3 inches we marked up, I'm going to be coming in by 1/2 inch. This would help with constructing the armhole. Or some people do 0.75. Just do whatever works for you. Both works. So I'm just going to rule a straight line from the 1 inch at the center back, shoulder line to the marked point. And then from my 1.5 inch, I'll just be going in with the 0.75. I'll be going with 0.75, not 0. I'll be going with 0.5, I'm sorry. On the neck curve, on the curve that we are constructing, I would come down from the front by 0.5 and for the back by 0.25. This is just to give the shoulder slope a very balanced look, and it will lay really flat on the shoulder. So next thing to do is to mark the bust measurements. So I'll be dividing bust 42 divided by 4 to get the bust measurements, and I will put that down. I would also do the same thing for the back. Now, I didn't mark the back waist. So for this buster technique, usually your back, your nape to your back waist might be different. It might be the same thing with the front waist. So you need to take that measurement, and the measurement is taken usually from the nape of the waist to your back waist. If you look at your back, you can see where there's like a point where it just goes in a bit. So yeah, that's your back waist. So that's my back waist, and the difference between my front waist and my back waist is 2 inches. So I have marked that down. I'm going to be taking my waist measurement, 36 divided by 4 plus 1 inch, and that 1 inch is for the dart, because we will be including a dart to this pattern. And the dart is the waist dart. I forgot to mention the waist dart. So it's going to have 2 darts actually, the bust dart and the waist dart. So for the to get the darts, I'm just marking the nipple to nipple measurements. That measurement is just, so that measurement was gotten by just measuring from one nipple to the other. So I'm just going to rule that down, and then on the waistline I'll just come down by 6.5 inches. I would mark 0.5 inch to the left and 0.5 inch to the right, and then I'll connect to the bust point. So your darts basically starts on the bust point. So I have constructed my waist darts. Easy peasy. So for the bust darts, I will just come down from the bust point line by 2 inches and then connect it to the 4 inch. I will just come out by 1/2 inch. I'll connect and then use a curve, just like the way I'm doing it. I'll just use a curve to come down. Now the 2 inches for the bust, that's the 2 inch. I came down from the bust point by 2 inches. That's because the difference between my front waist and my back waist is 2 inches. If it's ½ inch, you come down by ½ inch. If it's 1 inch, come down by 1 inch. So I'm just trying to make the armhole curve. I'm just trying to curve it out, and I'm also going to do the same thing for the back. Yes, you connect to the back. It's pretty easy. So that's just the chest line, waistline, the hip line. So on the waistline, I'm going to be coming in by 0.75, and it is from that 0.75 mark that I'll be marking my waist measurement. And this is very important because it would help avoid any form of bulging at the zip. So we're using it to do like a tightening. Just want everything to go smooth. So I have marked my waist measurements, and then I'm connecting to the bust, and then I'm marking the 0.75 to the measurement that we transferred when we're constructing the armhole. I'm going to mark that measurement straight to the hip line. And then I'll mark my curve and connect my waist. I'm just connecting the waist to the hip line. Now I'm also going to come up by ½ inch. You can also come up by 0.75. So I'll also mark 4 inches. That's the nipple to nipple. That's half of the nipple to nipple measurement, because my nipple to nipple is 8 divided by 2. So that's 4. So I'm just going to come in by that from the center back. Really straight line. I'll mark ½ inch to the left, ½ inch to the right. I'll come down from the chest line by 1 inch, and then come down by 6 inches from the waistline. And then I'll construct my dart. Now from that 0.75 we went up by on the waistline, I will just connect it to the dart leg. You can close the dart and then, really slant line. So yeah, this is pretty much it. I'm just cutting the pattern out. I hope this video was very, very helpful. You can literally use this block to create, anything. You can alter it, modify it to do any style, your corset, your bustier, whatever it is. So I was going to use this for a shirt, so I was just trying to do my alterations here and there. So I hope you find this video very helpful. I'll be posting more videos like this, so do well to like, share, and subscribe. So I'm just trying to mark the necessary measurements I need. I was going to use this for a top, so I was just trying to, do my desired shape on the hemline. Thank you guys for watching. Bye.